Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially the 2023 presidential election, which is the most important election in Nigeria in 2023. I want us in this video to discuss why the Minister of State for Labor and Employment, and the spokesperson of the Campaign Council of the All Progressive Congress, Festus Keyamo, should be invited by the police over the assassination allegation he made against the presidential candidate of the people of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi. Now, before I go into the discussion of this very important issue, I want us to look at what a group has done. This particular group is known as Advocate for People's Rights and Justice. They have petitioned the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, to invite the Minister of State for Employment and Labor, Festus Keyamo, over the assassination allegation he made against Peter Obi. You know that Keyamo had in a statement alleged that the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, was planning to stage manage assassination attempt on himself. In the petition that has been acknowledged by the force headquarters of the police in Abuja, signed by the national coordinator of the group and lawyer Victor Giwa, and which I have cited myself, the group said that the comment of the spokesman of the APC Presidential Campaign Council was provocating, tempestuous, and inciting. So it urged the IGP to invite Keyamo to clear himself of the content of his comment, saying that it borders on the security of the life of a key contestant in the 2023 elections. The petition reads in part like this: we are a human rights organization saddled with the objectives of protection and defense of human rights of citizens and advocating citizens of their rights under the law. We are also an accredited independent National Electoral Commission observer. We have been observing the process and writes that prior to the 2023 general election, let's say that we have been observing the process and activities prior to the 2023 general election. And we are sad to note that the political stakeholders are undertaking actions that are capable of heating up the politics. As the country approaches the date of the general election, it is pertinent that the politicians are warned to desist from acts capable of heightening political tension, in particular, the comment by Festus Keyamo, SAN. Keyamo's comment on social media that Peter Obi and his supporters are trying to stage an assassination attempt is provocative, tempestuous, and inciting. Consequently, we humbly request that the minister be invited to clear himself as regards the content of his comment, since it borders on the security of the life of a key contestant in the election. We hope we hope the politicians play the game according to the rules. Now these are the 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 contents of the petition that this group sent to the Inspector General of Police, Baba Usman. And before I interrogate this particular petition and why it is important, if you are new to my channel and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel, anytime I have a new video, you will be among the first to know. God bless you. Now, what is at the root of this petition by these activists? At the root of it was the allegation that Festus Keyamo made against Peter Obi, the leading presidential candidate in the 2023 presidential election. How did this matter start? Recently, the presidential candidate of Labour Party received a message, a WhatsApp message on his phone, in which a Tinubu group was sharing messages to the members of the group, where they stated that the Yorubas should not vote for Peter Obi, because if they vote for Peter Obi will develop the ports in the south-south and southeast. And when that happens, that the Igbos will leave Lagos and prefer to be using the ports in the south-south and southeast. So Obi was in a room, in a video that has already gone viral, where he showed it to one of the persons in the room. And the person read out what was written on that WhatsApp message, which was exactly what I told you now. Now, because there are so many propagandists in APC and PDP, when they saw that video, they laughed on it. Reno Omokri, for example. Reno Omokri, many people know him. He's one of the spokespersons of presidential candidate of People's Democratic Party, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. He laughed on it. He sent several tweets out where he was celebrating the fact that the Yorubas will not vote for Peter Obi because of that particular message. And it was even surprising to people like me, because Reno Omokri before was saying that Peter Obi supporters are only IPOB sympathizers. All of a sudden, he now began to tweet that Obi has lost his Yoruba supporters by that the content of that video. So ab initio, he knew that Obi has Yoruba supporters, but he was claiming before it was only IPOP supporters that were backing Obi, and he has done several things to demarcate Obi using that allegation. So that was one of the buzz that was generated as a result of that video. Festus Keyamo also lapped on it. And it was based on that he's issued series of statements where he said so many unprintable things about Peter Obi, but still the papers published it, describing Peter Obi as somebody who stood no chance, who is unreliable, who is this and that. Then to cap it all, he now said that Peter Obi is planning his own assassination. To make it appear as if it was the APC that tried to assassinate him. Now, how did the content of that video relate with assassination? Because he was responding, Keyamo was responding to the video. The video was about what a group supporting Tinubu was sharing. One of their messaging they were sharing on why Yorubas should not vote for Peter Obi. Now, how did that relate? From where did Festus Keyamo got the information that Peter Obi is planning to assassinate, is planning to stage fake assassination attempt on himself? Where did he get that information? That is where it is important that the IGP investigate this matter, because it is a serious issue to talk about assassination of anyone. We all know how this country is. People can be easily assassinated in Nigeria and nothing will happen. At the end of the day, it will be talked about for a week, 2 weeks, people will move on. And now that Nigeria is a very unstable state, where violence is walking on 4 legs, any idea of assassination should be investigated thoroughly. Because if anybody is killed now in Nigeria, the next day, what government would say, and what some people will say is that already now killing is common in Nigeria. Anybody can be killed. They will justify it by saying, we know that there's so much killing going around in the country now. Nowhere is safe. So your being assassinated is just part of the statistics. So it is therefore a dangerous game to even think about assassination. Where did Festus Keyamo got that information? Is it Obi that told him that information? Or somebody in Labour Party told him that information, that they are planning to do such a thing? There's a need for him to explain to the police where he got this information. So it should be investigated thoroughly. And the outcome of the investigation should be made public. Because we are talking about the assassination of the most popular presidential candidate ahead of the 2023 presidential election. The most loved presidential candidate before the 2023 presidential election. And somebody is talking about his assassination. It should not be swept under the carpet. It should be investigated thoroughly. And as I said, the investigation must be made public. It is not something that the police say that they have done the investigation, they didn't find any reason to go further with it. No, they should be able to make it public. They can even set up an independent inquiry to find out from where Festus Keyamo gets that information, where Peter Obi sat with labor leaders and they plotted this. This is very important because we are talking about the life of the leading presidential candidate in the 2023 presidential election. This issue should not be taken lightly. The IGP must respond to this group and do the needful. He must set up an investigative team to do that. If necessary, the presidency should also set up a committee made up of retired security experts to investigate how Festus Keyamo got this information so that he can help to unravel this kind of uh, thinking and thoughts, because this should not be swept under the carpet. This is very important ahead of the election. It might even require that the presidential candidates and their lead supporters sign an undertaking to be held responsible for any violent death of any presidential candidate before the 2023 election or after the 2023 general election. This is important. This country should not toy with this matter. So Victor Giwa, the leader of this group, did his patriotic duty as a Nigerian by writing this petition to the IGP. This is they need to be commended. They deserve commendation, and I commend them for what they have done to take their time to write this petition. Now, the allegation that Festus Keyamo led against Peter Obi of staging his own assassination is a violation of Section 92, subsection 1 and 2 of the Electoral Act 2022. That section said that contains the prohibition of certain conduct. That is the section deals with prohibition of certain conduct at political campaigns. That section 92, subsection 1 reads, a political campaign or slogan shall not be tainted with abusive language, directly or indirectly likely to injure religious, tribal, or sectional feelings. Section 2, subsection 2 says, abusive, intemperate, slanderous, or base language, or insinuation, or innuendos, designed or likely to provoke violent reaction or emotion, shall not be employed or used in political campaigns. In other words, what Festus Keyamo did is tantamount to trying to incite violence. That was what Victor Giwa is saying, that what he said was tantamount to inciting violence by the Labour Party supporters of Peter Obi. So this matter should be taken seriously by the authorities. Festus Keyamo should not be allowed to get away with this. Because if he gets away with this, so many people will be encouraged to say some terrible things that could set this country on fire. Already we have fault lines that are shaking the foundation of this country. We cannot allow political leaders, political campaigners to set this country on fire. We want peaceful and transparent election in 2023, devoid of violence, be it abusive violence or physical violence. So you can also join your voices in demanding that Festus Keyamo be invited to explain what he knows about the assassination plot against Peter Obi. That is my take in this matter. And please, if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button. Hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. Thank you and God bless you.